A man named Edward Gay booked a flight to visit his mother for Christmas. He had to go off because it was a straight flight. A holiday flight is half empty? This feels suspect. Last week I had to go to the doctor due to a sharp pain and my doctor asked, "Can you tell me where it hurts?" I replied, "It's really bad right near to," and Trance said, "Stop calling it an entrance for a couple of weeks and call us back if the pain returns." I'm Spartacus. Maybe his first name should be Ben. I had an uncle named Gay, short for Gaily. His life would be awkward today. This joke is gay. They were kicked off because there was no more room in the rear. I don't know what others mean. This joke was hilarious. Stupid, but hilarious. Actually, I'm gay. This joke works better if Edward Gay had some reason that he should expect to leave the flight, like his wife was going into labor or his child was. One would stand up and shout him gay if the cops are outside waiting on him. A young newlywed couple wanted to join a church. Agadol 356. They came but they can't come back. Thoughtful face. The original line, which works so much better, "S okay, Pastor." They said the same thing at the Winn-Dixie. Why would they even come back then? Did they fuck in the vestibule on the way back out? An oldie but a goodie. This joke makes no sense. Churches don't force abstinence on married people. Why would a young newlywed couple want to join a church? For a company as large and influential as McDonald's, it's pretty amazing that they don't sell any branded food items at the supermarket. My grocery store has too many bags of McCafe. They did in Canada for a short amount of time. Maybe. However, McDonald's is a real estate company, so their focus is making money through rental income while the franchises make money off the food. I think they do in certain countries in the freezer sections. In the US, White Castle crushed this market years ago. I think some countries also offer McDonald's ketchup in squeeze bottles. In Germany they did, maybe even still. On the one hand I agree, but having these items available at supermarkets would potentially increase sales of those items at a reduced price, but would bring less people into their restaurants, which will lead to profits. How would you describe your 2023 in a single word? Expensive, tragic, roller coaster, debt, improvement, cherry blossom. Edit. I'm glad a lot of people can relate to this, and thank you so much for all the nice comments. Smiley face. I have been through a lot these past years and I feel like finally everything is in place. I'm still struggling, but my mindset has changed completely thanks to my therapist too, and I'm really looking forward to the future. It scares me, but I want to see where life gets me. I am truly happy to be alive. Dizzy. Is clusterfuck a single word? May. Bullshit. Stagnant. Lighter. Lost 60 pounds. Depression. Battle. Sad. Beautiful. Shitty. Fine. Growth. Mid. Progress. Lame. Rage. Empty. Miserable. Stressful. Exhausting. Depression. Lonely. Inflationary. Tide Pod. Unreal. Sucked. Fucked. I apologize in advance for this joke. I know it's just wrong on many levels, so. This joke is nothing but Amy going up just to bring me down again. Lol. I have a joke about a Chinese guy who fell down the S-wang on so many levels. Damn it, I'm so sleep deprived that this made me lol. You know what's wrong on so many levels? The stairs, they are always up to something. I feel like I just learned a valuable life lesson. 2 levels don't make a right. Like the time I banged a paraplegic in the elevator. This joke took me on a roller coaster of emotions. I really needed that laugh and the occasional cringe. To Li Fong. Face with monocle, raised eyebrow, flushed face, angry face, hugging face, hand over mouth, rolling eyes face, and don't pick up the black phone. So wrong. Most people are Asian. Checks myself in the mirror. Yup, still Asian. Wow, I thought Asia was just a plurality, not a majority. But you're right. 60 World Pop. The average person is an Asian woman named. This joke is grammatically and technically inaccurate. You can stop pointing it out. Thank you for correcting my joke. One day we'll all just be earthlings. The average person also has less than 2 arms, less than 2 legs, less than 2 eyes, and less than 1 testicle. You know what's even crazier? White people only make up 10 of the population, 9/16 depending on how you calculate it. Or Japan is 3.5 times bigger than Canada in terms of population, yet it was always sorted away in my head as a small country. Obviously only geographically, but just things that make your brain go, huh. 1 in 3 people is Chinese. I have 3 kids, so one of them is Chinese. My wife finished a 36-week bodybuilding program yesterday. At the end of it she lost 8 pounds and 2 ounces. Congrats on your official dad joke. Breaking news: study shows getting hit in the testicles is more painful than childbirth. 94% of women said yes they would like to have another getting hit in the testicles. 0% of men said yes they'd like to do that again. Congrats. I'm assuming this is a true story. Just became a dad and already have jokes. It all starts with that initial 26 seconds workout. The dad jokes kicked in. At least we are sure it's yours. Saw a good one. I just spent 9 months on the inside, now my parents are serving life. All that bodybuilding just went down the tube. Might look over at our dad jokes. That should be the right place for you now. Congratulations on your dad joke. You did 10, maybe 15 minutes of work. She did 36 weeks. You get half the credit. Congratulations. My wife keeps asking me to blow cool air on her when she's hot, but I don't like it. She should be willing to blow you back. She wants OnlyFans. Seems like a real hot and cold relationship. Yeah, that's not cool. I wonder what propelled her to ask such a thing. Tried in reverse mode. I think it works much better that way. She sounds hot. All those upvotes are really blowing up. Sounds like classical conditioning. I keep oscillating thoughts on who here is the worst. The wife or the dad joke? She's a Hoover Jam donut. Buy a fan? Your wife must be blonde because she sounds like an airhead. She should blow you. One good deed deserves another. As long as she reciprocates in kind. Quitting drugs is viewed more positively than never taking them. Humans love drama. Surviving near-death experiences and shooting your way out of a terrorist compound are always going to make better stories than waking up, going to work, collecting a paycheck, and paying a mortgage. Next, you're gonna tell me that people find it more impressive for a person to have survived a car accident than for a person to have never been in a car accident. The prodigal son returneth. That's generally because not taking drugs is really not that challenging or physically mentally demanding. It's simply a choice. It deserves respect in its own right, but quitting drugs is an incredibly difficult and painful challenge. The physical and mental toll is significant and many don't succeed. Just because the triumph is respected does not make them better than others. What is better, to be born good, or to overcome your evil nature through great effort? Breaking an addiction is a lot harder than never forming one. Till on 9/11/01, a guest at the Marriott World Trade Center Hotel, located at the base of the towers, awoke to the first plane crashing but went back to bed. He then got up, turned on the news, took a shower, packed his things, and only decided to evacuate when the South Tower collapsed onto the hotel. Literal hell on earth happening around him. Nope. Cross his arms stubbornly. I don't need to check out until 9 a.m. I'm getting my money's worth. What do you mean everyone's evacuating? A plane crash? Did it hit the lobby? No? Well, okay then. I'd like to order breakfast. I'm a Gold Select member. I paid for this room, and I'm going to damn well use it. Never underestimate a human being's ability to be so myopic that even the end of the world could go unnoticed. His story was told in excellent detail in the National Geographic special One Day in America. Check out is at 11 a.m. Till that KFC commissioned this painting for a man who figured out that the KFC Twitter account only follows 11 accounts. All of which are a combination of herbs and spices. Your title leaves out the very important fact that they were, specifically, the 5 Spice Girls and 6 guys named Herb. This is the marketing I'm here for. I'll say this: KFC, Wendy's etc. hired some really good social media people. Funny and creative. The herb mix is all over the internet, but then there's the bit of lemon oil in the pressure frying oil, which makes it hard to recreate it at home. At one point early in Twitter's life, KFC followed me. They always followed back any followers, I guess, and so I followed them and got them to follow me back. For a long time this was my biggest claim to fame, that KFC followed me. But eventually they unfollowed all those people. Must have been a real chore for some poor intern so they could do this gimmick. Till that a silent man in the UK repeatedly gets arrested for standing on one road to block traffic. He never speaks a word, not even to paramedics, police, the court, or his own lawyer. Ongoing for more than a decade. Every time he is released, he repeats the crime and remains completely silent. The human bollard. If anyone is curious, it said in the article that prison guards testified that he spoke to them, and the courts declared that he was silent with malice and not a mute or mentally unsound. The testimony of prison guards was the only source that claimed to hear him speak, so take that with whatever grain of salt that you like. Does he ever speak at any other times? He's just mute to everyone, that's one thing. If he's only mute about this, that's a different thing. Till that when Jeff Immelt was General Electric's CEO, he had an empty private jet following his own private jet, in case there were delays with his primary jet. This was probably in the days when jets didn't pollute. GE's stock was terrible under his leadership, not sure why he lasted as long as he did. My friend told me the story of a CEO at his old company. The CEO and a few high-ranking people were in one location and they realized they were all flying back to HQ later on. A non-CEO suggested that they turn their commercial tickets for a refund corporate travel perk and fly back with the CEO, saving the company money. The CEO said no, it's my plane. That CEO didn't last long, worked for a private jet manufacturer. It's not unheard of to buy jets in pairs. Part of a why they do that is to cover one jet if the other one is down for any maintenance. Two blondes are trapped in an elevator. Joke works better with the more blonde compatible word together. Then, the repairman finally shows up and gets the door to close. Two blondes are trapped in 30 minutes. One said, "That's so weird, I can smell sperm." The other replied, "Sorry, I just burped." Fair. If you take away the quote sign before the "and help," it will grow large as intended. Lol, it help. Millennials, a mirror? It would work better if it were an escalator. Insert two black men for blondes and then tell me if it's still funny or if it's racist. Two blondes are trapped on an escalator. I thought it was an escalator. Vaping is inherently worse for the environment than smoking because it kills fewer people. I don't know, the metric tons of perfectly fine lithium batteries that are now thrown in landfills hourly seems a little short-sighted. By the same logic, murderers are better for the environment than non-murderers. Have you seen all the trash smokers make, and the number of fires they start? Love how vaping-related posts on any sub just attracts all smokers and non-smoker to relentlessly shit on vaping to the point it's not even related to the post. Anyway, human dead, environment happy, I guess. ITT people not understanding ops point and talking about how bad disposable vapes are for the environment. Why do people want to stop the spread of COVID? It's saving the environment. We'll see. I'm predicting emphysema to be the new throat lung cancer. But won't Gen Z atone for their vaping sins by not procreating? They are assisting with the population decline efforts. What was the, seriously? Gift you opened this Christmas? My brother gave me a bright orange wallet. Because you like orange so much, he said while flashing the wallet I gave him a few years ago. It's red. He's colorblind. I once got a beard trimmer only to discover that it had been used and put back in the box with curlies. Cheese tea have any until now. For some reason my family thought it would be funny to get me 5 different ones. First gift I opened said it was from my mom. There was a small jewelry box which I opened to find 4 molars. My sister starts cracking up. They're her wisdom teeth, Lamau. Her husband even found something with my mom's handwriting on it to make the tag believable. What's a subtle sign someone's actually really wealthy? I got this guy extra sauces at my job and he slipped me a $20. I unknowingly had dinner with a billionaire couple. Afterward I was told about their wealth and I realized their clothes were bespoke. Everything fit like a glove. Their nails were perfectly manicured. The wife was not wearing normal jewelry. They insisted on picking up the bill. They tipped $100 on a $180. Were both legitimately nice people and I genuinely enjoyed dining with them. They refer to their summer and winter homes by their names. Nice jewelry if any. Casual well-fitting clothes at all times. Rich people don't give a fuck about the dress code. New cars that are always clean. They use summer as a verb. Frequently traveling. What's the most bizarre or interesting fact you know that sounds fake, but is actually true? Some blind people can see. The eyes work but the brain can't interpret the info. 1 day on Venus is longer than 1 year on Venus. There are, unfortunately, no recorded cases of pirates forcing people to walk the plank. The city of Paris took the rats to court in the Middle Ages for causing the plague, and thanks to a brilliant public defense attorney, the rats won the case. You are 10 times more likely to get bit by a New Yorker than a shark. The star Betelgeuse formed well after the dinosaurs went extinct. Ponderosa pine bark smells like ice cream. Mostly vanilla, sometimes strawberry, and seldom chocolate. We used to go around the woods back home, smelling trees and yelling what flavors we found. When the Great Pyramids of Egypt were being built there were still woolly mammoths walking around. Women, what's a NSFW fun fact you wish more men knew? Touching our clit during sex doesn't mean you're not doing a good job. Teamwork. Don't have the goal of making a woman come ASAP. BC then any sort of foreplay can become aggressive and not as enjoyable and eventually painful. BC it's about 8,000 nerves down there. Have to goal for her to enjoy herself. BC that's what gets us there. We have thick, clear discharge, usually when we're ovulating. If your lady thinks she may have started her cycle early, and comes back like false alarm, that's usually what it is, and I'd suggest wearing a condom cause her chances of getting pregnant are much higher. Porn is not real. It's the comic book version. Not a woman but my dudes. If you are given the go signal to finger bang your significant other, cut your nails and wash your hands. However much foreplay you think women want, need, double it, triple it even.